Hello, everybody. I'm Eternal Reading, and for Poetry Thursday, the poem that I thought I would share on this channel is a poem by Shelley. And I thought I would keep it this format with looking down onto the poem because I believe that in poetry, sometimes the way the words are actually on the page and the way they're written out is just as important as the actual words themselves. And I thought it was a good way to people for if they want to pause it or read through it with me and they can see the words on the page as well as just hearing me my voice. So that's why I'll keep it this format for poetry, and maybe for a few videos like quotes and stuff. I might keep it this sort of looking down on it. But the poem I'm going to show today, or talk about today, is a poem by Percy Shelley, and I thought about this poem because of reading the book The Woman in the Dunes last week, and it was the sand and the time and got me remembering about it. I thought, right, it just reminded me of the poem, so I brought it out on my shelf and I looked through it and read it, and I thought I like that. That's a poem for maybe Thursday. And so I thought I'll read it to you, and I'll give you my take on it at the end. What I think. But here we go. It's not long. Don't worry. I'm not gonna be sitting here to midnight. It's called Ozymandias. I met a traveller from an antique land who said, "Two fast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculpture well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear, my name is Ozymandias, the King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away." Ozymandias by Shelley. Now, what I get from that poem, and you might get something different, leave comments, that's the whole point. That's why I like doing these, because it's discussions with other readers. But what I get is the poem is about time and how time can change everything. Even the most mighty King of Kings, as he thought of mighty of despair with all this land, and when you looked round, ye mighty in despair, nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. So even mighty Ozymandias couldn't beat time. Time turned him to dust and sand. But time can be a good thing as well, and this is a way if you're having a bad day or having a bad time in your life, you can always think, things will get better with time. Things change. Beauty is we're not stuck in the same stagnant motion all the time and the same emotions all day long. We do change. And for anything that's bad or going wrong in your life, know that time's a healer. Time changes all. And another way of looking at it is, wake up every day with a smile on your face and love for all, and there's no point being annoyed and pissed off, as I say all the time, because what's the point? You've only got so much time, and there's no point wasting it in doom and gloom and down and being angry all the time, because in a 300, 400 years time, we'll be forgotten about it now. We'll be dust. We'll be floating in the sand. It'll be pointless. We'll be gone. We'll be gone out of this physical realm, and hopefully somewhere else. But all our worries and all our fears in time will be dust. Pointless. So that's what I get from Ozymandias. I think of it, you've this King of Kings, mighty man, it was the most powerful nation probably, and you looked around and it was nothing. And look at Roman Empire and all things in history. At times change, and that's why I get. You can write in the comments what it says to you. What speaks to you, that poem. But to me, it's a reflection of waking up with a smile on your face, because why worry? You know, that's the way I look at it. And you tell me in the comments. You could probably you can say, "Oh, you're talking shit." That's not what that poem's about. That poem's about something completely different. I'll laugh and say, "Okay, you learn something new every day." But for me, that's what it is, and it's not that big, and you can get a lot out from it, and that is the art of poetry again. So, yeah, don't want to ramble on here, but all the best, everybody.